Hello, YouTube. Putting another character here, working through the roster. This time I'm going to try out the Warlock. I've only used the Warlock a couple times here and there, but I've also tried to do a specific quest that was bugged for a while where you don't use the Warlock's main ability or main attack for 28 minutes. And that one bugged out, and I think I've tried it like 3 times, and I got frustrated with it, so I didn't come back. So I'm coming back now. The Warlock has basically no defensive stats whatsoever. Low health, low defense, no defense, no block, but decent movement speed and has some other stats there on level up. The Warlock summons little ghosts that chase enemies and kind of chain through them, kind of turn and follow another nearby enemy and kind of weave the pack. But I'm going to do a run where I focus on Spectral Fists. I want to see how this plays out. This may be a terrible run. This may be a great run. We'll see here. So I do have these summon rings on for the moment, but I might want to do something different here. Okay, I'm going to run Spellcaster Gloves, so eventually I can just turn off my auto attack. I'm going to be running Shepherd's Boon to give my summons a ton of damage. Warcry to create Fragile, and this just allows you to kind of stand still or hide in various corners of the map. A bit of block strength. Not much, but it's something. Plated Boots, we might want something different here. Yeah, maybe Pace Setters. We're not super focused on the defensive attributes. Another option would be probably Broker's Cape or Blazing Shell. This took me a while to find. That one also was kind of expensive to pay off. I've got quite a bit of gold here now. I think I've unlocked every item and have gold left over now. I'm hoping that they introduce a way to use that eventually here. Another option would be like Blood-Soaked Shirt. Goes well with the Shepherd's Boon. You have a ton of regen. I'm not super concerned with damage. The Blood-Soaked Shirt only it's hit and miss a little bit. I normally run this Mask of Madness, but Warlock has very little health, and a bunch of his talents actually reduce your health. Another option might be the Gorgon Mask, but it only covers 3 meters, which is pretty small. Or Horn's only 6 meters, but it's at least something. Another option might be Fighter's Headband. Constantly spawning power-ups is very handy. For gloves, you can do Invocator's Grasp, increases spawns, force, and damage. Or you can do this, which is just only damage. This affects all abilities, not summons. But since Spectral Fist is an ability, this will affect Spectral Fists. So, but I could run this. It would also affect Spectral Fists and the Astronomer's Orbs as well. I've done a run with that on Astronomer's Orbs. Rings, you could run the Pest Ring. It's not terrible. They just run around and cause affliction and fragile and stuff. Could be paired with that helmet that causes slow. Different things. A lot of these early helmets are kind of boring, maybe even bad, once you unlock some of these other helmets. So, yeah, I think I'll just keep these on for now. Kind of go for that. I do like doing the last level. I think it's the hardest level to do. I'd rather fail a level then take it easy. We'll just open up with Spectral Fists and see how this plays out. Character does get Force per level. Force affects the duration of summons. There you go. This only affects main weapon, this affects summons, so I'm going to go for the summons. But what I'm looking to do here with Spectral Fist is actually sacrifice my main weapon. Probably pretty close, pretty early on here. To, that's not what I want. Also not what I want. So all summons. But around 28 minutes left to attempt this achievement again. I'm going to just turn off my right click and see if I can survive. How does this work? Just slower every time it ticks. So normally I would take damage here, but I might actually want some of this attack speed as well. I'm actually going to do this. Give it to me. It really... Give it to me. Okay. Well, there's almost all my rerolls. Okay, we're turning off our right click and seeing what happens here. Take that damage there. I want to see where we're at with huge amounts of damage boost there. No crit chance increase. We do have huge force bonuses here as well. And Spellcaster's Gloves are going to bump up the damage as well of all of our abilities. They're 66% from just that. I'm going to work my way towards a second ability. I'm going to be very reliant on really anything at this point. Full health attack speed and wound. Okay. Okay, not using main weapon. Some movement speed. We'll need that later for this level. And also we're going to need it to get all the way over here. Suggestion, if anyone wants to share it with the devs, potentially, is let's see here. Spirit Warrior's good here. More summons. We could go with golems. If we roll, we might get lucky with golems. Here we go. Take that. Other I think there's an achievement for roll duration that I don't have. I might try that out. Spirit Warrior. Stance, I don't want that. Force for our summons. Full. So Golem likes to roll. You can kind of focus it towards rolling. I think it even has like an electrify or fire or something adjustment if you're rolling with it. My build is not very crit focused. I'll have the baseline crit from stats here, which is about 25% plus whatever individual skills have. Once I get all the talents, at least, it's... Like, I might just focus on this roll. Find it. Better. Anything with my main weapon I want to avoid. What I'm hoping for is the Spectral Fist abilities in the talent window and the level up window, and if I can get it to level 3, then I can go grab another ability scroll and hopefully get the one that I want. Got one reroll left for abilities. I don't know how much the warrior crits. Not sure how useful that is. Ah. That seems half decent. Now my question would be is, does that stay with me? Wow, there's so many skeletons and stuff. Boom. It does stay with me. It does refresh though. Like I keep the bonuses from the Shepherd's Boon. Some of the timed bonuses do not stick with you when you switch to an upgrade, which I find disappointing. Okay, so the attack speed and movement speed don't affect, I believe, the fists. The force does, but the spawn doesn't, and the damage does. Not sure how I want to handle that. Think about it. I don't rely on the other abilities here as well. Not super important for me to only get damage off the fists. Alright, I'm just taking that because it keeps giving it to me. Neither of those are what I want. And this could be good eventually, maybe. I'll just take it. Experience isn't worth it right now. I'm gonna go for rolls on that. If I can get that challenge. Currently my summon rings are probably pretty strong. They may fall off over time. This is really good. It converts any bonuses that are specific to your main weapon to Spectral Fists at a 20% ratio. Force can be good for the force bonus. Of course, this reduces the damage of all your abilities and then gives 10% base to Spectral Fists. I feel like this one's kind of dangerous to take early, though. I don't know that I want any of these. I don't want to waste a reroll. I have 3 warriors now. I must have hit 50% multi-strike or something. I'll just go straight damage. Now, something interesting that you can do with summons is you can focus them towards a specific element. I believe you have to unlock it by doing a quest with the Warlock, but then it unlocks the 3 different elements, fire, lightning, and ice. And with those, you can then... What is this glitch? That was funny looking. And just banish that. But you can make all your summons fire damage or lightning damage or whatever, and then have a chance to shock or burn or freeze or whatever enemies. And if you have enough summons, then you can get a lot of procs. It's a pretty small chance though, so you have to kind of focus on it a little bit to make it work. But it can be useful. I think the Spirit Warrior by default is fire damage. That's why it explodes and is red. Not sure what this would do. I really like that for. Really want the conversion for anything else. I've talked about it in other videos, but I'll mention it here as well. The Spectral Fists scale really heavily off of force. They have a force ratio of damage, and so kind of this multiplicative scaling as you get into the late game, where a lot of things might be a little bit more additive scaling. And I think the reason for that is because it doesn't use attack speed. It needs a secondary scaler there to make up for the fact that it's missing other scalars. So this doesn't work for the rings. This only works for abilities. Don't know that I want them all lightning, but I'm not against it. Lightning procs can be really interesting, I think. You can get enough on an enemy. Well, I do want this, but I'll just take it now. If you're going for an achievement with Spectral Fists, you might even want to like duplicate or memorize some of those early talents there. That's the one I wanted. And it might have been good to duplicate that one even for me, if I'm going for the golem roll. You can see the golem just rolling around there. We'll call him Mr. Rock. Mr. Rock and Roll. I cannot see what's going on here. There's boss right here. And then ×2 roll duration. Take it, we'll take it. Extra spawn will help some of these things, but it won't help my fists. I don't know if I want that or not. Well, the force will help my fist, though. I really want to see these spectral fists with attack speed. That's my end goal here. My own summons are blinding me here. They all look the same to me. To get the extra abilities, the upgrades, you do need level 3 and level 6 to get the extra to get the upgrades to appear when you pick up a scroll. Otherwise, it just won't appear. But you do have to have some investment in them. But if you want the upgrade, you probably are going to make that investment, so that's fine. An easy upgrade there. Oh, if I want them to just do damage, it might be good to have them do more area and range when standing still, especially. Take Demonic Exchange here. Bad, this bad, this bad. Get some movement speed and run. And I'm dead. I think my defense is super low here. My block strength sure is too. That's just how it is. Sure, we'll go for size. Where's this other pickup? I was pinned against it. Couldn't get to it earlier. Consecutive punches. Now I want to see what is my attack speed. Won't hover. Really? Okay, so we've got some pretty good force bonus there. Like, this is just huge now for those Spectral Fists, probably. Oh, 3 healing potions. That's not something I see every day. More force on them. Go for more attack speed for the moment. Oh, get me out of this mosh pit. Not sure if I have one upgrade on the Spirit Warrior, so I can't get the next upgrade. Do now have 4 Spirit Warriors, though. Very like a nice little wall of knockback. The fists as well. What we got? What we got? Yeah, that seems good. It's just a straight upgrade. The warriors are basically just mini swordsmen, first class. They do have like knockback and they hit decently well. The fist can knock back anything, even bosses. The fists are still probably benefited more by the archer's mark than the mark I'm wearing, because the archer has the base attack speed thing. It wouldn't apply directly in this situation, but I think that's pretty much the strongest situation that you can have consecutive punches run in. Getting kind of pinned in here with all these rollers, such. Don't like it. Base attack speed on those guys is pretty good. Dash damage, I'm not sure how useful that is. I've never made a build that's focused on the dash damage. I do usually just move around though, so dash damage is definitely there. Try and get away from this mob here. Grab an item. Not a big fan of any of those. A bit bad there. Astronomer's Orbs are another summon. I think it's kind of funny to watch the golem roll with these things spinning the opposite direction. Got an enemy golem here. I cannot... No safe spot to stand. Adaptation, very strong here. Grab some defense. Taking even little hits here is really painful. Movement speed will help me not get pinned. This run's probably not as interesting. I don't have a lot to say about the Warlock in general. His ability is simplistic. It's interesting, I guess, in the sense of it's fun, but I'm intentionally not using it because that's one of the quests. So I do like the fact that he has a bunch of defensive talents, traits, because it allows him to at least not die while his summons are doing the work. Ah, there we go. Probably absolutely gutting these. Yep, I'm absolutely gutting the Astronomer's Orbs here. A lot of these lesser minions probably don't do a whole lot of damage either. Like, that I don't care about. What is? Max summons Imp. Hey, their damage? Their damage? Oh, damage, 150. Oh, that's not an ability. Oh, it's not really too big a deal. 14% chance all summons on hit do that. Cat. Yeah, so we're minus 20 out of 200. Minus 20 out of 40. That's pretty bad. And then minus 20 out of 30. I am putting all my eggs in one basket on those fists. Not sure how much this conversion thing works, but I do have a huge multiplier on them. That base damage is huge as well. And then damage per hit modifier. Don't know how that math works on the hit modifier. But I just know that you get enough force and they hit hard. No! I accidentally turned my right click back on. Well, I'm not getting that quest this run. I just barely clicked it. Warlock is surprisingly durable for his low health. Area in range. Could be useful since we've got quite a few attacks going on it. Oh, it seems silly, but I'm just going to take the health and think about it another run. Another pickup. Ability scroll this way. A lot of electrocution going on here. Spirit orbs. Spirits. Okay, that's a new one. I have not seen that before. More spawns. We have 5 spirits, spirit warriors. When in doubt, just get more orbs. I'll take the upgraded pace setters. What is that? We get force, not just attack speed. Again, very useful for summoner. I want the roll. This is impossible to see anything. Holy cow, there's just so many orbs. I think there's an achievement for having a certain number of summons on the screen at once. This would be the way to do it. I definitely did it differently, but this would be the way to do it. The amount of orbs are just insane. I really don't know how to see anything. Shepherd. Focus. Oh, we've seen that one. Neither of those are useful to me right now. More damage on them fists. A lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, let's take ground pound. Let's get things off of me. And I don't like any of those. Roll duration. The ground pound also gets the attack speed bonus. Very, very handy if you want to just keep things off of you. Ooh, base damage for all summons. Let's double that. That'll make up for some of the lost damage on other things. It's absolutely insane. Just the multi-strike from these guys making the screen flash white constantly. There's a pickup over there. If I can stay at full health, I do just a massive amount more damage here. No. going damage. I mean, this has got to be doing crazy damage right now. I wish I knew how this worked. Multiplier of 3.09. I'm going to copy that. That attack speed loss when I get hit sucks. You can hear the difference. Interesting. I'm not sure what is considered melee. This is considered melee. That's probably considered melee. That's probably considered melee, and that's probably considered projectile. But it could be melee since it's technically a summon. It's probably a projectile, though. So I am not going to risk that, because I have no idea how that works. Have to look at all the tags and kind of memorize a few of them. No, let's not do that. Take it. There are higher level ones that I could probably take. Not sure who does more damage. Let's see here. Sonic Bond. Necromancer's Clutch. 8 million. 3 million. I'm going to sacrifice that and put on some crit chance. Base roll cooldown. I truly am having a hard time seeing what is going on this screen. There's so many little purple balls and lines of arrows and red balls, orange balls of the spirit warrior dudes. Let's go even further down for opacity here. Not sure how much that helped. I have a feeling these do not respond to opacity, because they are very visible. Sure, I have no idea. At this point, I just don't know. There's a box up here. Let's go get it. Base crit chance. Let's see, what's Spectral Fist doing? 12 million. It's okay. Curious, what is my lightning damage doing? 6 million. Because all these little things get lightning chance. Really? Couldn't give me that one? That'd be nice. Really nice if you just gave me that one. I would really appreciate it. Or the roll thing. How it is, I wasted all those early rolls, re-rolls. Pile of gold. Red box. For undamaged. Do it. We'll see if we can stay undamaged. As it puts this in my way. It's impossible to do. But I have all that defense. Probably could have done quite a bit more damage with Electrify if I had taken those affinities earlier. This many summons. The golem roll thing requires you to have a lot of movement speed as well. It's a certain distance, not a certain time, but I'd have to check that. I guess there's a lot of challenges turn off when the Lord of the area spawns as well. Just a guess, though. That is actually getting really annoying. I can hear things. Sorry, Mr. Boss, I'm gonna go over here and pick up this scroll first. Sure, electrified orbs, extra chances. Now I just need him to actually be on screen. It is difficult to not be hit. He's laughing at me. How dare he? All fun and games to him. Oof. I want to see what my average damage on spectrals are. Show average damage. There it is, average damage per hit, 4,000. Not very good. Honestly, not very good. Could be way better. Crit focus build probably would have returned better results on the fists. Consecutive punches requires you to do the 25,000 damage per hit. Like 500 hits at 20, or 20, yeah, 500 hits at 25,000 damage, something like that. Well, okay, we beat it. Only took, well, like usual, forever. Definitely think there needs to be a shorter duration mode. I just want to point out this cape, even though I got an upgraded cape really early on, it did pretty good damage. It just constantly creates little things. My electrify damage was absolutely insane. Only a couple other things beat out the electrify damage. And I didn't use Ravaging Spirits at all, so. No quests achieved. There's the one that I messed up by accidentally clicking the button. And then have the golem roll for a total duration at 20 minutes. Yeah, so anyways. That's what I get for trying to focus on too many things at once, probably. Fists and golems and the right-click thing. But this was really, valuable, I think, in the long run for a lot of that damage. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, join my Patreon, something, anything. Or don't. Whatever. Have a good day.